soul is mine.
This video is sponsored by my company, Greatborn Games. We're always looking to give a really great deal to our customers, and we are always looking to pick up bulk or singles at a fair price. In addition, we want to thank our sponsor, M.O.D.O.K Proxies, for making this affiliate. If you use my code KING, you get a percentage off of your next proxy order. Thank you again, M.O.D.O.K Proxies. Also, I want to give a huge thanks to my team, Pinnacle MTG. I am now their social media manager, and they are a great bunch of guys, so definitely check us out on our socials and come support Pinnacle. Thank you, guys. Last but not least, I want to give a huge shout out and thanks to our other sponsor, TopDeck.gg. If you sign up for their championship series, you can now use my code KING to get a percentage off. TopDeck is known for offering a fantastic tournament software that allows players to search for events, make unique profiles, compete towards the invitational, and give stores, TOs, and judges tools to run a great event without the worry of extreme issues, alongside a bunch of other unique features. Thanks again, TopDeck. I'll continue to do my best to help support y'all. How's it going, guys? KingTheGreat here. Hopefully all of y'all are having a wonderful day, night, or evening. And later this week, we will have the pre-release for Marvel Superheroes. So, of course, we're going to be doing another update to my primer. Diff is coming, and we're going to kind of look at all the spoilers. So, let's get right into it. So, first off, we're going to start with... Baron Helmut Zemo. He's a 3-black, 3/3 human Nova villain that says whenever you cast a black spell from your hand, he connives, and then he has a boast ability where it's exile any number of black cards from your graveyard with 15 or more black mana symbols among their mana cost. Copy those exiled cards. You may cast up to 3 of the copies without paying their mana cost. So I actually think those cards should be a must-have in all the turbo decks. I think if you're playing mid-range, you don't necessarily need it, but it is just a good being able to kind of go through your deck. And I really like this guy, and the fact that he also gets bigger is pretty nice as well. He's only 3 black, so you can just pay 6 life, and now you have a 3/3 that allows you to essentially go through your deck and try to push faster. So I do think if you're playing the turbo variation, I do think you should play this card. He just seems really great, and I can't wait to try him out, and hopefully y'all do as well. So, but yeah, also the boast ability does not seem that bad. I know I was talking to some people about it. The boast ability works with necropotence. If you have high enough life total, you can actually just trigger the boast at end step and respond to all your necro triggers, paying the cost if you have 50 or more black mana symbols. And I think this overall is a great card, and yeah, I can't wait to see it. So anyways, on to the next card. So next we got Black Widow Super Spy, which is a 1 black 2/1 human spy hero that has menace. Whenever Black Widow deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. You may put a +1/+1 counter on Black Widow. If you don't, you may cast that exiled non-land card until end of turn, and mana of any type can be spent to cast this spell. So I do think this card is pretty decent. I don't plan on playing it. I think it's too slow for my type of deck. But I think if you're more on the mid-range / control build, you should definitely try this out. It's a mini Ragavan essentially, and I do like the fact that it has menace, so it is a lot harder to block. My only gripe is it's a 2/1. I know we still have to deal with Orcish Bowmaster, and it's just like, I'd rather have something else, especially at that cost. But again, that's just my personal feeling about it. I think like I said, if you're playing mid-range or control, you should definitely try this guy out. So, but anyways, on to the next card. Next is Dark Deed. It's a 1 black instant. Target creature gets -4/-4 until the turn. Just another kill spell. And we have so many kill spells, but this is just another great one because it does kill Croms. And then we're currently still on Dismember. I don't know if this replaces Dismember. I don't think it does, but I do want to see if anyone actually tries this card out. I think it's pretty decent, and the art's kind of cool as well, so we shall see. Then on to the next guy. M.O.D.O.K, 3 and 2 black for a 2/2 flying lifelink villain that has mental organism. Pay 3 life. M.O.D.O.K connives, activate only during your turn. So you draw a card and discard a card. You've discarded a non-land card. You put a +1/+1 counter on them. And then it has design only for killing. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-1. So I actually think this guy is pretty great. I was looking into it, and if you pair it with Shieldred, I'm kind of calling it the pseudo Yogg's bargain, because of the fact that it's like, just pay 1 life, card select, and you're essentially rummaging through your deck. So I plan on playing this guy. I don't think he's too slow. Also, him being a flying lifelink that it gets bigger is pretty nice. And also, I really like that passive ability. Getting rid of OBMs, Fairy Masterminds, Rogue Racks, all the Mana Dorks, Esper Sentinels. It's just, I really like this guy. And as a turbo player, I think this guy is definitely going to make the cut. I think you're also, if you're on mid-range or control, I definitely would try him too. I don't think the pay 3 life ability is that problematic. It is kind of sucks that it's only on during your turn, but other than that, I really like his ability. So I shall see how he performs, and we'll go from there. Also, the thing I also really like about this is if I go for my peer line, now I'm getting rid of all the Rogue Racks and the Ragavans and the DRCs as long as the Delirium's not on. So I've removed the option for Flare and stuff like that, because that was my main issue is if I see any of those types of cards out, I try to not go against it, because I just can't beat Flare or Deflecting Swat or anything like that. But I also been kind of more careful with Peer anyway, so we shall see. And it also helps with the Arvillis combo as well, because his passive ability along with Arvillis, someone goes, here's a bowman, and I'm like, cool, it just automatically dies, and now we can just essentially draw through our deck. So I'm curious to see what happens with M.O.D.O.K, and I hope some other people try him out as well. On to the next card. We got Klaw, Master of Sound, 2 in the black, 3/3, elemental rogue villain that has Death Touch. Whenever you play a card from exile, he gains Indestructible, and that doesn't really matter. It's his second ability that we're looking into. Whenever Klaw deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of that player's library, then exile it face down. You may play it for as long as it remains exiled. Mana of any type can be spent to cast a spell this way. This is a lot slower than Black Widow, because Black Widow can actually essentially nuke a deck like Lumra and other land-based decks. This one is just like, we're going to look at one card and that's about it. I think it might be tested in certain mid-range lists. I think there's better options, but I still wanted to talk about him just in case, because, you know, being able to pseudo Ragavan is always nice. So, and also he has Death Touch, which I think is kind of neat. So a lot of people are going to be more hesitant on blocking. So yeah, that's pretty much all for Klaw. Now on to the next card. All right, this is one card I actually am really hyped to play. I know there's like 50-50 on if it's good or not, but anyways, Dr. Doom Unrivaled for 2 and 2 black for a 4/4 human sorcerer villain with lifelink. Is an activated ability. You draw a card, lose 1 life, and then if their library has no cards in it, you win the game. So I like win the game effects. I know the Discord is kind of talking about this guy running it with like Agatha Soul Cauldron and Demonic Consultation. So I also really like that it's a big body that has lifelink, so it kind of makes you make a decision like, hey, do you want life or do you want to draw cards? So it has a lot of key features I really like. I think some people are thinking it might be too slow, but you know, we shall see. I just like the capability of going, cool, in response to the stack, I'm gonna cast Decon because I just pay in life for it, exile my deck, and then activate this guy, win the game. So it just seems really nice. Also, you do win the game even with no cards in the library, because of the reminder text. It says you win even if you have 0 life or didn't draw a card. So it's pretty awesome. So I think this card is definitely going to be tested. I know I was talking to Fonzie about it, so I'm curious to see how it goes. But I will say, if you are playing this guy, you need to be on Agatha Soul Cauldron. I think if you're not on Agatha Soul Cauldron, this card is not that good. Like, I think trying to manage around him is kind of bad. But I could be wrong. I just think like you should be on Agatha Soul Cauldron. I know Paul Wall has been kind of hyping that card up a lot, so I plan on picking it up. Same with the Demonic Consultation to try this out. If it works, cool. If it doesn't, then shrug it off. Like we always try to move forward. And speaking about him being spoiled, of course I'm gonna bring back Doomsday. This is a reprint of Doomsday. So Doomsday is 3 black sorcery, social library, and or graveyard. 4 or 5 cards and exile the rest. Put the chosen cards on top of your library in any order. You lose half your life. Round it up. So because this got spoiled with Marvel, I wanted to bring it back up because I do think Doctor Doom on his own can be a fringe cEDH deck. It's gonna have the Gwynnum problem. If you get rid of Doctor Doom, then kind of just sits there. But I do think Doomsday is something to be looked into. I'm not for sure if we put it back in Carrick, but this is just an option where it's going to be looked into because, again, just having this option to win the game, and Doomsday is just such a powerful card. It's just, unfortunately, it requires a lot of setup, and you have to build the deck around Doomsday, and you kind of remove all your other options. So just be reminded of that when you try this. Also, this card we're not looking into. We just want to talk bad about it because of the fact that Wizards screwed us. Is Ronin Shadowstalker. This first ability is why I'm very upset. It's pay 2 life, add 2 mana of any one color. Spend this mana only to cast equipment spells or activate equip abilities, and then has tap ability, sacrifice the equipment attached to Ronin. Target creature gets neck 4 until the turn, and it's a 3/3 for 2 in the black for a human rogue. So why I'm upset is because I wish this clause was not part of it. I wish it was just pay 2 life, make 2 mana, and then for creatures only. Just give us a mana dork that's actually good, Wizards. Come on. I'm so disappointed that it's so close, but that's pretty much it. So but yeah, those are the spoilers. There's a few other cards I kind of looked into, but they're mostly based off like the new villains deck that's coming out, and I don't think they're very cEDH viable. And I just kind of picked and choose what cards were talked about, and so yeah. But for the cards I'm going to be trying out, which is Baron, M.O.D.O.K, and Doctor Doom, I think we're actually going to be taking out Gravecrawler, Ayara, and Warren Soul Trader. I do like that combo, but I think it just requires too much. And then, of course, I'm thinking about taking out Dalbok Intent since I'm getting off of Gravecrawler, and probably adding in Agatha Soul Cauldron, M.O.D.O.K, Baron, and Doctor Doom. I also have to figure out what I want to cut for Demonic Consultation. I haven't really figured that out quite yet, so I'm going to be doing some research and try to see what I want to cut. I thought about cutting a land, but then I realized I'm only on 27 lands and I don't want to do that. So it's going to be some thinking. So I'll have a full update probably by the end of the week. So stay tuned and keep an eye out on my primer. I also, again, I want to apologize for not uploading as much. I've just been super busy with traveling and working. But yeah, so hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. And of course, please follow my primer. So if you are not aware, try to follow the Unified Character Primer as well. I want to give a shout out to Greyface Gaming, because he has put a lot into the primer as well. Let me actually pull it up. Oh, well, it's not in here. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Endless. Here it is. I can't spell the name right. There we go. Yeah, but he has put a lot of work into it alongside some other people, so definitely go check that out. This is probably the best place to learn more about Carrick. And yeah, so anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what you're going to try out. And are you excited for the new Marvel set? Are you kind of disappointed? Do you want to see something different? Is there something I didn't go over that you wish I did? Leave a comment. And if you, like I said, if you like this video, please give me a like. And if you want to see more Carrick videos, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on my other social medias. So that's going to be it. And bye now.